Okay, you guys, it is day 2 on my adventure of being a sitting hen. Day 1, fail in one way. I kept them the right temperature, but totally forgot to turn them. I just haven't done this in a while. And what a mama hen in nature does, just naturally, turning her eggs every once in a while, I totally forgot to do. So I will not make that mistake on this day. So let me show you how I turn them. I've got to turn them 3 times a day. I try to do it in the morning because after a long night they've been sitting still, and then I try to do it at lunchtime, and then I try to do it in the evening, not too close to bedtime because I can bring it back up to temperature if I don't do it too late before I go to bed. So, and normally an incubator would have 2 things that this incubator does not have, which is a thermostat and an automatic egg turner. But I love my incubator. It was really low cost. We made it ourselves. So to me, it's worth it. It just takes a really watchful eye. It's not something you can just set and walk away from. Let me show you how we turn these eggs. All right, we're gonna do this as quick as possible as to not disturb the temperature too much and the humidity. So let's go. Done. And set the dimmer switch right back where it was. Okay. Well, that was a little slower than usual because I adjusted some eggs. I should time myself, see how quick I can get at egg turning. But there it is, folks. I'm a sitting hen. All right, there's day 2. Tomorrow should be the real challenge. Our 2-year-old joins us. I have never been a sitting hen with a 2-year-old running around the house. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. Soaking in some vitamin D on Sunday morning.
Good morning. Happy Lord's Day.
One thing I am doing every morning and every evening, whether I like it or not, is watering duty. Because those seeds I planted in this front border definitely need moisture. And it has been really, really dry here. I'm hoping for some rain next week. But yeah, I'm a little afraid the level of dryness that it's been already this spring. Ooh. Okay, come on up, seeds. My friend got new ducks. She had chickens. She has the same, because we built our coop together. Same coop as me. And 2 new ducks. Boy, they do blend in with the mulch. Yeah, if they were males, they would be more colorful,
well,
probably.
No, they would just have really dark heads.
Oh, okay.
So you get a real contrast between the head color and the body color in a drake.
Look at Wagget's little tail.
You just get basically all one body color. So I'm pretty sure these are hens. They need the water to be able to eat. A lot of times she just dunked her food in the water.
Yeah. See, it's really nice not having a rooster in this way that he can just commune with the chickens. Mm-hmm. Chicken. So, you just got ducks for the first time, so yes. How is it?
So, when my friends had gotten the ducks. One of my girlfriends, her husband had gotten her ducks unexpectedly. So they had these ducks, and she said she didn't want them, and they were going to take them to the lake anyway. So I ended up with the ducks, and the first few days were pretty rough. I was like, I don't know if I like this or not. They're really wet. Ducks are wet, and their poo is really wet. And so because everything's wet, it kind of doesn't smell as great as just a regular chicken coop with a deep litter system, which doesn't really smell particularly, I don't think.
True.
So I had a partition right here for the ducks to be just right in this corner to about halfway down, kind of where that hay ends. And when I had them in there like that and I just have a stainless steel bowl in there for their waterer, and it was not great. I did not love it. And I left them that way. They came on a Thursday night, and I left them partitioned off for maybe till Saturday. And then I decided that was enough. I could not handle trying to keep it, and it was just messy. And so I thought, well, if they can't handle being with my flock, then this isn't going to work at all. So I thought, okay, let's just see what happens. So I took the partition down, let the ducks free roam with the chickens, and I've liked it a lot better since then. It just doesn't seem as wet because the ducks are not confined to one area. And because it doesn't seem as wet, it doesn't seem as smelly. So this might be okay. Because I was worried, if you ever want to leave town, and there's ducks are just more work. You have to deal with more water because they require a lot more water than chickens.
Because they'll choke they'll choke on their food, correct, if they don't have water.
But they have to have I don't think it's a gallon of water per duck a day, but it's a lot more water than a chicken per day.
Okay.
So you're dealing with a vastly larger quantity of water compared to a chicken. Because my 6 girls, I can give them a 1 gallon waterer and at least get 1 full day out of that. But with a duck, you have to go out and change their water probably twice a day because they muck it up.
Okay.
So they're
good to
just
know.
not as, they are inherently not very clean. You know what I'm saying?
They're messy.
They are messy.
That's what I've heard.
The mess factor is way, way higher than a chicken ever thought about being.
Okay. But you're looking forward to the eggs is why you have them.
I'm really interested in seeing about these eggs because I've heard they're really good, that they're really big. This particular breed is a khaki Campbell, and this breed is supposed to give 300 plus eggs a year, and they lay for 5 years. So way longer laying longevity, livelihood than a chicken.
That is longer.
They also live longer than chickens, as a general rule. But you cannot just have 1 duck. They are not okay by themselves. You have to have 2 ducks.
Good to know.
And you really need to not have a drake with hens. Very dangerous for the hens. Especially, it's not, from what I've read, that's just a no.
Okay. Just a hard no on that one.
Hard no on that one. They're just dangerous for your hens. You could lose your hens.
Yeah.
So these appear to be hens, and they are really pretty, and they are super skittish. If I had to catch one to doctor it, it would be one of those shows where you have the net and you have 15 people trying to catch 1 duckling. It's like a greased pig sort of a thing.
That sounds like my homestead.
Yeah, so I don't know. They said that you can make friends with them and tame them by using peas, and I did try that a little bit one night with peas, and they would get closer to me to grab the pea, but they would not eat those peas out of my hand.
Okay.
It would take a lot of work, I think, to get them to where they were not super skittish, and that is apparently particular to this breed of duck. It's not all ducks, it's just the khaki Campbell ducks typically as a breed are more skittish. So, but as far as these are 5 or 6 week old ducklings, and as you can see compared to my chickens, they are not that smaller than my chickens. They are substantively larger than my chickens were at 5 or 6 weeks.
Oh, true.
They grow way faster.
True, they're going to grow some.
So they'll get a little bigger, and they'll get more adult feathers, but they already have more adult feathers than they did a week ago. They grow. They just get big fast compared to a chicken.
Okay.
And when an average weight for an adult hen, I think, is about 4 pounds, 5 pounds. They're pretty big.
Okay. Yeah, she was just saying they'll get in the other animals' water, the chicken water, and muck it up. And yeah,
They're not discriminating on whose water is whose water.
Yeah. All right, you guys, so that is the lowdown on ducks. If you've ever thought about having them on your suburban homestead, we will keep you posted on how a duck egg tastes. And is it worth the extra work? We'll see.
I don't know if I'll keep them that long. We don't know.
Okay. I just wanted to show you guys what a good job she's done. This doesn't show it off very well, I feel like, but this whole area used to be lawn, so she just made this all wood chips. The shadows are bad right now from chip drop, and she's got her ponds, and then her chicken area, and she's using this little net fence.
Little netting fence
to keep them in.
But it wasn't terribly expensive either.
Yeah.
It was maybe, I don't know, 100. It's a 68-foot fence, and it was maybe $130-ish.
Okay, yeah, so
it's
netting.
Not electric or anything.
Yeah, we're gonna move her fence over so they'll have some more greenery, so they'll get to explore in the grass for a bit and nibble. And look, the comfrey I gave her. It started along the pathway. Everyone should have comfrey on their homestead, in my opinion. Here we go, chickens on fresh grass. Gotta love it. I know they love it. Don't you girls love that fresh greens? Hey you guys, so after visiting my friend's homestead with ducks, I was kind of thinking, you know, I think I want these on my homestead. So I've been trying to decide, and they get them in the feed store next week. So I have to decide. So I made a list of pros and cons to help me decide. So the pros I came up with was they have big rich eggs, and I have tried duck eggs before from my friend's farm in Oklahoma, and they were very good. They have a cuteness with a personality. The way they waggle that little tail is, I think, super cute. And they lay longer than chickens. They lay like 5 years, and chickens only lay like 3 years consistently, so that's good. They're more parasite resistant. That would be nice. As you guys probably know if you followed me for a while, I struggle with coccidiosis, the parasite, on my homestead, so that would be nice, having something that's a little bit tougher. Okay, they don't really destroy your garden from what I've heard. Never tried it in person. Correct me if I'm wrong if you have. But they can kind of be in your garden and eat the pests, especially slugs and snails, and they don't really unearth everything and eat everything and crush everything like chickens would if you put chickens in the garden. And I think it's fun to have different animals on the homestead, and one reason is I'm writing a series of books, and so I'm always looking for a new character for my book, and sometimes the animals will do something really fun, really funny, and I'll write it into the book. So that would be kind of fun to have a Miss Jemima puddle duck on the homestead, I have to say. So those are the pros I came up with. Now the cons, their poop is a lot more liquid, my friend told me. Not quite like chickens, not as dry. So poop factor right there. They need a consistent water source because they'll choke on their food if they don't have water, and they need to be able to, you know, dip their beak into the water. So yeah, and they splash in that consistent water source and they muck it up, so that would have to be changed all the time. And I would want a place for them to be able to splash in, like a pool or something, so that would need to be changed every time. So that would be an added chore on the homestead, an added daily chore. So I don't know if I need another one of those for sure. They muck up all the other animals' water, which I'm considering. I've been thinking about doing a water that's closed with a 5-gallon bucket with the little nipples on it so that the chickens can drink out of there. So I don't think the ducks could mess that up. So, not a huge problem for me. Will the ducks and the chickens get along? I don't know. On my friend's homestead in Oklahoma, she has a farm. And so of course they get along, they all wander around, they have a little pond, and they don't mess with each other. But in a suburban setting, when you've got a little farmyard that they're enclosed in, then I don't know, and especially with my rooster, he's pretty aggressive rooster, would he mess with the ducks? Would the chickens pick on the ducks? I don't know. I definitely would want a different coop for them to be in at night, like a separate little enclosure for them, which I could totally do. I probably have one I could use. But anyway, so yeah, will the ducks and the chickens get along? If you have like a small, not a farm, but a smaller area that your ducks and chickens are in, tell me, do they get along? If I had a drake, a male duck, I'm understanding that's a no-no, like to have with your chickens, because could the drake bother the chickens? Could it try to mate with the chickens, is what I'm trying to say, and injure them? And that would be horrible if that was the situation, because I don't have two places where I can keep them totally separate. They would need to be in the yard with the chickens, with their swimming pool and everything like that. So yeah, tell me that. I don't know. Would the male duck, and that way I could hatch eggs. That would be fun, and I could be a meat source for our homestead. Although they're pretty cute, it would be hard not to get attached. Never get attached to your protein source. Okay, so then the last one, which I think is going to be the clincher, is would it make it harder to leave my homestead? Because right now I have a automatic door opener for my chickens. So it closes at night after dark. So they're all go up in the coop, and then it closes, and then it opens in the morning. So I don't have to be here, and that's one reason I installed that, so I could go to my friend's farm in Oklahoma and we could stay a couple of nights, and the chickens could go in and out, and I'd leave enough food and water for them, and they would be fine. And the rabbits, I get them on an automatic watering system in the summer. I can leave them with extra food. I can be gone a few nights. But ducks would be, I don't know, that I have a different enclosure for them, that they would have to go in for safety at night. So that would leave, and you know, changing of water wouldn't get done and stuff if I wasn't here. So I think that's going to be the clincher of the cons of not to get them, but I'm still really on the fence, you guys. I kind of really want them. I love animals. I love all different types of animals and their little characters, and yeah, I think it's fun. So anyway, you guys weigh in the comments, please. Should I get ducks or should I not get ducks? You've heard the pros and cons, especially if you have experience on a suburban homestead. On a farm, I think it's a little bit different. If they've got a pond, and that's a totally different situation. But on a suburban or a smaller homestead, let me know, you guys. Are ducks a good thing? Should I do it? Should I take the plunge and get this puddle duck? All right, let me know in the comments, you guys. I forgot one more con. I would feel a little bit sorry for any creature that's like a water creature that didn't have a source of water. So that would be kind of, I always feel like having a bird that can fly in a cage always makes me feel kind of sad for them, because they'll never get to experience that. And so that's another con. I don't know. What do you guys think? I wanted to show you guys, this is my chicken yard. So this is where the ducks would be. This is the size of the enclosure. They would be here in with 20 chickens and a rooster. Of course, they would have their own pen probably off on that side of it. And I've already got 2 pens I think would work. I should maybe mention also that I'm thinking of getting rid of my Roo. He seems to be really wearing out my girls and injuring them. So I'm gonna have to separate him. Probably tonight I'll come, take him off of the roost and put him in this separate pen over here, just to give my girls some rest, because they've got sores on them that are getting infected, and yeah, he's a bit much. And of course he's noisy, crows every morning at really early. So my neighbors are really gracious that nobody has complained about it. And of course I keep them supplied with eggs. But yeah, definitely considering that. So that might be a consideration with ducks too. If I'm getting rid of rooster, seems like ducks would be safer in this area. So we'll see. Hey guys, I'm gonna pop out tonight and quickly plant my peppers. You guys, they were looking so good and healthy, and then they dried out. And then I kind of filled this container and flooded them. They sat in water for a few days, so they've struggled a bit, but it's okay. They're going in the ground now. I have some big red bells. I have some Ajvarski peppers. And I have some kachucha peppers, which I'm trying for the first time. A friend of mine said they really, really like these. Oh, and I've got some banana peppers, so kind of different ones. Yeah, different ones this time. No hot peppers this year, you guys. I really got tired of doing hot peppers. I really want some things that I can eat, that I can just add to my meals, and the hot peppers were just too hot. I don't want to kill my family. So I made a really good peach habanero hot sauce, but it's just too much space taken for something that I can't eat. And I thought about selling it, but it just wasn't working out for me. The cottage food laws are kind of a hindrance, and just finding a market and finding the time to like go to a flea market and sell them, and it was just too much hassle. So I stopped making my peach habanero sauce. Well, every once in a while I make a batch for friends. But yeah, I really want peppers that I can add flavor to meals for my family. So here we go. I'm in my happy place. I have a few blackberry bushes that have grown into this bed from my blackberry bushes right there, believe it or not. So I will dig those up first to give to a friend. I also have this space behind these tomatoes for my peppers, my bell peppers and shishito peppers. And I wanted to show you, I'm using mealworm frass for fertilizer, but you can use any good fertilizer or raise mealworms. And then I'm saving a couple of peppers for my aquaponics system. Look, you guys, my gargantuous dandelion. But this is really good eating. Cut these and have them in salads. It's really good, and they're very good for you. But it's a cool season plant, so it will be petering out soon. So I'm just gonna plant around it. And it'll be back next fall. I should say also that rabbits love dandelions, and it helps increase their milk production when they're feeding babies. So there's another good use for a weed. I was also using the last of my earthworm castings, my black gold. So I need to harvest the other half of that bin, you guys, so that I can plant the rest of my plants with a scoop of love. All right, just have to water, and then I'm done for the evening. Oh, I love being out in the garden, you guys. So nice to be out here, especially in the cool of the evening, in the shade of the garden. So nice. All right, my aquaponics system, I went a little crazy with the Swiss chard. I have to admit, that's okay. At least it's growing great. Everything I put in here seems to be growing great, so that's good. I'm not sure the best broccoli, this is purple sprouting broccoli, is the best thing for the aquaponics system, because it really hasn't produced any broccoli, and we're kind of running out of cool weather. I'm gonna leave it a little bit longer, but I'm thinking maybe not the best choice. It's just too long to develop. Maybe more in the winter. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna harvest a bok choy and put in a cherry tomato and a kachucha pepper, or as my husband says, kachucha. And shishito pepper. So, yeah, I can't wait to see how warm season things do in here. We'll see. There's my baby bok choy. You guys, I really need the bees to go home. It's getting dusk. Come on, bees, go home. We will eat that beautiful bok choy. Something has really nibbled at this broccoli, so I think we're done. Probably cabbage moths. I'm gonna call it. I think this one's done too. Oh, it's kind of tangled up with my Swiss chard there. I'm getting buzzed by bees. Come on, bees, go home. I don't want to plant in the dark. Although I'm so glad they have a nice, safe place to drink. It's really good for them. I think I'm going to take this one out too. Eat it with my bok choy. And that gives me plenty of room. Have these Swiss chards over here, so that leaves me plenty of room for my tomato and my peppers. Let's rinse off these roots. Almost got it all rinsed off. I'm new at this, so I don't know how much to rinse off. Alright, that looks good to me. Let's give that a try. This tomato plant has gotten a little lanky, but it's already got a couple of tomatoes on it, so that's cool. It's a sun gold cherry. Alright. While I'm at it, I'm going to give the other two a rinse also. That'll give time for the bees to leave. Oh, this one, okay, it was much easier. Not much roots on that little baby. It's okay, little shishito. And the cachucha. Not tons of roots on that baby either, but that'll be good to put in the system. Let's do this. And right where that Swiss chard is, you guys, I plan to put a melon, and then I'll just drape it down the side and like kind of on top of the bushes here beside it, and see what we get, if we get some melons. We'll see. What else should I put in my aquaponics system, you guys? Leave it in the comments what you think I should put in here for the summer. That's it for tonight. I'm going in. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Before I let you go, I have to claim a homestead victory. I weeded this whole area. The sweet potato pit is weeded. I wish I'd taken a before and after. Ready for sweet potatoes. And the blueberry bed is all clear. And the blueberries are growing great. Blueberry bushes. And we even have some survivor strawberries that we've been nibbling off of. So that's fun. And of course, all of this, see, I really wish I'd taken it before and after. That would have been so satisfying, but all of this had lots of weeds, so that is all clear and beautiful. So yes, homestead victory. Leave your homestead victory in the comments. Let's celebrate together.